Hello everybody, this is a doctor and typical manga fan. Today we're going to be doing our typical manga review of One Piece. Today's chapter is 770, The Spear of Elbaph. We're opening with our cover story here. It's still Jinbei. Apparently he's finding all the offerings for the sea shrine up on the surface underwater.
Huh, it's kind of interesting. They're all falling. So why are they? What are the? Is it for the mermen? Is that?
I think there's like some kind of sea monster.
Sea gods or whatever.
I think there's like a sea monster they were being offered to.
Okay, that makes sense.
I guess they weren't being given or they were lost. So,
because the shrine fell off, right?
Yeah, something like that. Something happened to the shrine. And stuff was falling from the sky too. I think it was.
Okay, so.
And then we open up with where we left off last time. Basically, Bellamy's using his spring hopper to go bouncing all over the room. Luffy's trying to stop him because Doflamingo betrayed him, so there's no reason really that they have to fight. But Bellamy's determined to just follow through with this to the end. Better or worse, for stupider honor or whatever.
You know, I realized why. You know now why I really don't agree with Bellamy. He's putting his honor above the lives of innocent people. Like that's ridiculous. That's not honorable at all.
Well,
think about it.
Pirate honor doesn't really put a whole lot of stock in the innocent people's lives anyway.
Well, what I'm saying is it doesn't. That's why it's not getting to me. That's not. It shouldn't be influencing the audience. You know, the audience should be like, no, this guy's being a lunatic. Just beat him down. You know.
Yep. And like I said, he hits Luffy with like a hockey punch. Luffy tries to block with his own hockey, but it looks like he's getting through anyway.
Yeah, Bellamy's obviously gotten a lot stronger.
Yeah,
but
I'm glad he's not getting one shot at least. I mean, like I said, he deserves it the first time, but here I think he does deserve better.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. Like he obviously got a lot stronger. He also visited Skypiea, right?
Yeah, he's been to Skypiea and back.
Yeah, hopefully he didn't do anything bad. I don't think so because he seems like a much better person.
Doesn't sound like he got the Pillar of Gold. That's about it. And hell, the way the Skypieans treated gold, he could have just asked for it.
Yeah, because I mean, they were like, "What did you do? What'd you do there? You know, did you hurt anyone?" And he didn't answer. But I'm assuming.
And we saw Skypiea like right after the time skip because they were like showing like where they are now, and things seemed fine.
Oh yeah.
Like they had the theme park with Usopp as the hero. Which actually, funny thing, it just came to my mind right now. Like I said, their big thing was their connection to Mont Blanc Nolan, right?
Yeah, and then the big nose.
And then like Usopp was like pegged as like the big hero there. Yeah. What does he do in this arc? Who does he claim to be?
Oh,
he descended
like
of Nolan.
Oh, the same guy. Remember? The same guy. Usoland, remember?
Well, no, like he claimed to be the. Well, Usoland was specific here because of the Tantada. But I'm just claiming like.
Oh yeah.
There's like a connection between there and Nolan. Like the Skypiea sees him because of his bragging. They see him as a big old hero, and here the Tantada are doing the same thing. It's almost like there's like a little bit of foreshadowing from one to the other.
Maybe it's like he's a descendant. Maybe he is because he lies too, right?
Well, yeah, but the whole thing with Nolan was that he was never a liar.
No, I thought he was. I thought that was the one time he didn't.
No, like, he was an explorer. All of his stories were true, but because it's just that by the time anyone went to Jaya to like verify what he said, the knockout stream had blown the city of gold into the Skypiea.
I thought it was like the boy who cried wolf when he was always a liar, and that one time it was true. Okay.
No, that's Usopp's own stick. That's Usopp's personal stick in his arc, but Nolan was legit.
Okay, then maybe Usopp is a descendant because it really seems like it.
Well, we already have a descendant. We already have a descendant of his now. Of Nolan.
Oh yeah, that blonde guy, right?
Yeah,
or the guy who sent them up there.
Yeah, Cricket.
Ah, crap. So there has to be another connection. There has to be another connection then.
Plus, Nolan was from a whole different sea than Usopp was. Like Usopp was east. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean anything given the length of time involved.
Yeah, he could have moved.
I mean, there could be a connection. That could be like an interesting reveal down the road there. But at the moment, I'm not thinking too much about it.
Yeah, probably like the Willow D type of thing. Maybe not really necessarily blood related, but sometimes related in another way.
Yeah. Anyway, we're taking a break from Doflamingo and Luffy and all them right now to go to Zoro and Pika, which I think you said last week was a fight you weren't all too excited about.
Nope, not at all.
No, it's like it looks like you said, Pika like creates like a new statue out of the back of the old one to knock Zoro off and attack.
Yeah, and Zoro's basically just slashing through all the rocks and all the stone. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, there's a whole huge panel of him just smashing his fist down. Blah blah blah. Next page.
Is Orlumbus one of the? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Pika's being an arrogant prick, so that's all he is.
You know, I can't wait to see him animated. I don't know if he's been animated already, but because remember his whole thing is that he's this big old guy, but he's got like the high pitched voice.
I know exactly who he should have as a voice actress in the Seiyu.
Yeah,
I know exactly who should have. It's the girl who does Nell 2 from Bleach. She has probably the highest voice I've ever heard from a
little girl Nell.
Female Seiyu. Little girl Nell. No, well, the same thing. It's the same actress.
Oh, same girl, actress for both adult and little.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'll have to take a look at that later and kind of refresh my memory.
From what I heard, her voice is capable. Her voice is really high, but it's apparently capable of going off the piano, like so high you know.
Yeah.
It goes even above that. So.
Yeah. Anyway, I said Pika's being a prick, and then we also have one of the Coliseum fighters, Orlumbus. We didn't get to see too much of him before, but apparently he has some kind of control over people because he's making them stand at attention while he literally bowls them over.
This is hilarious. This is like one of the most funniest powers I've ever seen.
Yeah, mostly because he incorporates bowling into it.
It's just like, why the hell are we saying line up at attention? You know?
Like, maybe take a compelling voice kind of thing. Like people are compelled to listen to his orders.
Yeah, and he even said, like, I would have sent you my grand fleet. But since we're on short hands at the moment, I'm just going to leave that monster to you. It's amazing how everyone's just teaming up. This is amazing.
Yeah, especially since when they first started, they were all determined to do everything individually.
It makes sense. That's how the Avengers worked out. Everyone was being like dicks to each other, and then suddenly at the end, because of a certain event, they come together. It's good storytelling.
Yeah.
You know, Joss Whedon thought it was good storytelling.
And Joss Whedon usually knows what he's talking about. And
Oda is a genius, and he thinks it's good storytelling. So this is obviously something that should be happening here.
Yeah, and it's happening pretty naturally too, if you think about it. Like they're not like it doesn't really feel forced. Like each one's doing their own thing, but they're all kind of united in purpose here. Meanwhile, anyway, we move on. Pika comes out of the wall, and he's laughing at Zoro. And Zoro just finds the laugh hilarious for all the wrong reasons. And it's funny that Pika is the one that they point all this stuff out with, given how often this thing happens in One Piece anyway.
Yeah.
Like, even in the anime, there's plenty of characters where the voice and the body do not match.
I think it's because Pika has the way he looks is just really like intimidating. So I think they just really want to put that out there. Yeah. And of course Zoro is just pissing him off constantly. And of course I don't think Pika's ever faced a guy who's just constantly pissing him off like that. You know?
Like he just keeps making fun of him knowing who it is. Like, and Luffy too. Luffy was just like right into it.
Well, that's because they're strong enough to do it. So, like, everyone's like, "What are you doing, man?" It was like, "Well, dude, it's the Pirate Hunter and Monkey D. Luffy. Who, they can do whatever the hell they want. They're making fun of Doflamingo. So why the hell can't they make fun of Pika? You know?"
Yeah. Meanwhile, I love the next move name here, Charles Stone. Looks like just like a bunch of spikes on there.
And of course, Zoro is just fighting him off, and there's Delfinger. Dellinger, okay. I thought it was Delphin, whatever.
He's like complaining about getting caught in the crossfire, but one of the guys goes in and just takes him out first anyway. Yeah,
so obviously this guy's pretty powerful. He's like, he's. I think Dellinger is actually one of the stronger members, the officers.
Yeah, he definitely was, because like I said, he's been active pretty much this whole time during the melee.
And he was ordered to kill Bellamy, which is actually a big deal if you think about how strong Bellamy's become.
Yeah, and he wasn't having any apparent trouble with it either until Bartolomeo got in.
Well, he's got an advantage because he's half fishman, right?
Yeah, he's half fighting fishman. Like he's half fighting fishman, basically.
Yeah, so that means that he's got a physical advantage over everyone.
Yeah.
Because I know Arlen went on that whole thing about how fishmen are stronger than everyone else.
Yeah. Not that it does. Well, it gets normal people anyway. Then we move on to Sai and Baby 5. And
okay,
Baby 5.
All right, we all knew this was coming, but it's just funny how they kind of took all the panels that it was referencing and back into one, So we all knew it, right? Like she was gonna misunderstand.
Yes.
I'm gonna take that heart of yours, saying you can steal my heart. I let go of this hand that you hold my hand. I know. You think you can keep up with me or to come with me? So she thinks that he's basically hitting on her.
What I kind of hope happens is after this is all done, she is with them.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious, just to me.
Yeah.
Like, she actually is with Sai at the end. It's like, okay.
Well, I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's hilarious. It's just funny, because that's what she... I mean, we all knew that's what she meant.
Yeah.
But like, it's just funny how it compiled all those panels together like that.
Yeah.
So even when something's predictable, you just kind of have to laugh at it, you know?
It's all in delivery.
Exactly.
Then, like I said, we go from there to Mach Weiss.
Yeah.
He's taking out the giant Hazrudin, and he's getting ready to take Zoro, but Hazrudin's not done yet.
He's a giant of Elbaph, right? So he's a...
Yeah,
isn't he like... I say?
Yeah, you're right. He's Elbaph. That means he's pretty much like the equivalent of a Viking.
Yeah, and of course he's the warrior, and we've seen Elbaph guys before, and those guys are freaking powerful.
Yeah, they do not go down easily. I mean...
Like, yeah, exactly. And not even... Just taking out the fact that they're huge, they're warriors, so they know, you know, they're obviously... They have knowledge of fighting and all that stuff. And
then, like, you have Roki and Dori and Little Garden. They fought, like, literally hundreds of times for a century, and fought to a draw every time.
And they killed, like, a Sea King.
Yeah, that too. One each.
Oh,
That's what started the whole mess.
Yeah, well, yeah, but remember they killed one when trying to help the Straw Hats escape, right?
Oh, yeah,
that kept leaving. Yeah,
the giant goldfish one.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, real quick sidetrack here. The whole giant goldfish thing, you know, that actually goes back to something Usopp did in his very first arc.
I don't remember that far back.
Well, basically, like, when Usopp is first introduced, like, he's telling some of his crazy stories to a local girl. One of them is about a goldfish that is so gigantic, its poop could be mistaken for an island.
Oh, okay.
And then that's what they counted right out there, like a gigantic goldfish. And the Giants even mentioned that exact thing happened to them. And Usopp is even, as they're going through it, thinking, why is this familiar? Another thing he apparently makes a reference to in that story is like a mole monster.
Huh.
There's even a reference to Cerberus at one point, which they do encounter in Thriller Bark.
I think what's going to happen is that basically everything Usopp lied about is coming true.
That's pretty much what's going on here. Like, even now, like, when he lies about being a hero, he makes it true.
That's really good. I like that.
Yeah, and it's like I said, not even like played up as a gigantic deal. It's just, I mean, you might not even notice if you weren't thinking about it at some point.
Well, yeah, and not to mention that I saw that arc a long time ago. There's no way I could remember anything from that. You know, other than the main storyline that was butchered by 4Kids.
Yeah. Anyway, so like I said, we're going back to the story now. Like I said, we've got Hazrudin. He's down, but he's determined to get back up because he does not feel like he's repaid his debt to Luffy and the crew yet.
Yeah, pretty much. And then so he gets back up, and he's like, "Okay, leave this guy to me. I'll take him on." You know, because the guy was attacking Zoro, and then this guy's ability, remember, is to make himself ridiculously heavy. You know, like
it's like a souped-up version of Miss Valentine.
Yeah. I don't remember. What was the ability again?
Her ability was specifically to change her weight.
Okay.
Like, that was just her exact power. She can make herself lighter or heavier.
Is she the hot one? I think she's the hot one, right? That's
well,
Mr. Five's partner, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, that's the hot one.
Well, compared to Mr. Five.
Well, I mean, like, the other one, Miss April Fools, or whatever, she's a freaking 10, like, 10, she looks like she's 10, so I'm not gonna talk about her.
Week, I think you're thinking of.
Golden Week, okay, yeah. Who's April Fool's? I don't care.
I don't think we had to make it April Fool's, or at least she was like a lore officer we never actually met.
Oh, okay. Other than Nico Robin, I think I'll just say that's the hot one.
Yeah.
Okay, so the dead of new use. So that means even if I have a single arm left, I can take this guy down.
Yep.
You know, take down. So he's using every ounce he has left of strength in that one fist against this guy who's basically being like 10,000 tons.
Yeah.
So it's really bad. Like, it's really heavy. So
like, it's breaking his bones. Like, you can see it break his bones. Yeah. I think his teeth too.
Yeah. Oh, is it teeth? Oh yeah, his teeth is. But I think that's just him, just
breaking his teeth so hard, but yeah. But look at Idol Savage though. You see the bones breaking too.
Yeah, he's climbing down his teeth. I think that's just him climbing down his teeth. But because the bones are supporting his body, which is supporting the fist. So that makes sense. I think the teeth is just him climbing down so hard, you know. And grinding his teeth, but or something like that. I don't know, but so he's breaking. So he broke the guy basically destroyed the floor. And let's see, we don't know how well he's done so far. Everyone's cheering for the officer, and then suddenly, just I guess through sheer willpower, he just blasts this guy off into the into the sky and into the cage. Which is really painful because it's sharp.
I can't tell. Does he actually break through the birdcage?
He doesn't. Okay. He hits it and falls back down, but he got injured from the birdcage too.
Okay. It looked more like he either broke through or got stuck in it.
Remember, he said, "I guess he isn't flying anywhere." Oh, well, yeah. I don't know. No, I think he's falling because you can see down the way the dashes are. It's like he's falling.
Okay. I guess yeah. And then like there's like a little
Oh,
boom
yeah,
sound effect.
yeah.
I couldn't tell if it was like he actually had flown. I didn't think he'd broken through, but it looked more like maybe he'd gotten stuck in it or something. Spiderweb style almost. And then pretty much at that point, Hazardine does go down, but Zoro kind of gives him his thanks and says that by the time you're done, by the time you wake up, this cage will be gone.
Yeah, so this basically ends into a kind of a draw, but in a way, and in terms of a moral, emotional thing, it's the Giants' victory.
Yep. Yeah, so he kind of went down with Mach-Vise, but he's ultimately the winner.
Yeah, it's basically how in Yu Yu Hakusho the third king wins. The king wins.
Yeah.
That's spoiler, but then again, Yu Yu Hakusho's been out for years, so
yeah.
Don't.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, exactly. The Pride of Elbaph burns bright. So yeah, it's actually pretty awesome. Like in terms of just the way he beats that guy up.
Yep.
Well, just punches him, and it's just like it's like a one-hit kill, you know.
Yep.
One-hit KO is a better word, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like I said, it's like a one-shot either way there.
Well, you know, the One Piece characters don't die that easily, so.
Yeah. Here. So we're gonna kind of skip over here and take a look and see if there's any special comments on this one. This was a good chapter. Like I said, we're kind of breaking away from Doflamingo and Bellamy and them for the moment. We'll probably cut back once in a while, but I think we're going to focus on getting the minor fights here cleared out first.
Yeah, I think it'd be really weird if the Doflamingo fight ended first, and then every other fight was still going on. It'd just be weird.
That worked with Hody. That worked with Hody Jones, but only with Hody Jones.
No one gives a shit about Hody. Everyone knew that Hody was no match for anyone.
Exactly. Doflamingo's a much bigger fish. No pun intended. Well, maybe a little bit intended, but not intended. I'll take it.
That was so corny. That was so corny. The fact that it was just you attempted that would make it funny.
Well, I wasn't completely really trying to attempt it, but I'll take it. So I'll keep it.
It's like the pun itself isn't that like the thing about puns that the pun itself is never supposed to be funny, but it's like the attempt. It's always the attempt.
The best description I've heard of a good pun, I think, it was George Carlin. Like, you roll your eyes at it all the while wishing you'd thought of it first.
Exactly.
See here.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting though. So obviously there's not too much happens in this chapter. But yeah, it's just a decent one that I will always remember. Okay. It's not a chapter that I'm always gonna think it's not the best chapter, but it's a decent chapter.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's moving things along. Like I said, we got at least one officer down, maybe a second one with Dellinger. I don't know if he's down. I don't know if he's down yet. If he's gonna come back or not. Baby 5 is kind of still in progress.
We all know how that's gonna end.
Yeah. Forsyth's gonna end up getting married to her or something.
With a ring on a finger.
Yeah. So we got.
Which is gonna be weird because she could change her hands into weapons. So. Yeah.
Like I said, when she was first fighting them, like her hands were actual size. Like the last time we saw them together.
Huh, yeah.
Like the 3-pronged blades. Do you remember those?
So basically, like your average marriage.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, that's I do like that we're getting that the other characters are getting some screen time. Like they're actually getting allowed to beat these guys. Like Hadradine gets to Mach-Vise. Ideon is getting Dellinger. Got Sai and Baby Sai, like I said. And one thing about these fights is they really could go either way, depending on who's fighting and who's got the advantage. Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, like a bunch of like a static or like big breath kind of just went.
Oh, I just hit something.
Okay. Anyway, like I said, the nice thing about these fights is they really could go either way. Like, for example, Hadradine, that one was going to be his win because he was so determined for it. But some of these other fights, like Sai and Baby 5 or the other guy in Dellinger, they could go either way until some conclusive advantage pops up.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we know Zoro's going to win his fight. We know Luffy's going to win his fight. Like, we know like the main characters, the Straw Hats will win. These guys, it's not guaranteed. Like what is it? Like Lao Ji and Don Tinjiao. Like Don Tinjiao was actually getting beaten at early.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he should be stronger because he has a ridiculously high bounty, and he went face to face with Scarf.
I'm sure he's gonna come back here. I'm sure this guy come back. He's like, like I said, he only just now got all his power back, so he's probably gonna be able to throw something here soon.
Yeah, because back in his prime, the guy was at Garp's level, and he still made Luffy try really, really hard. I mean, like he should not be the one being beat up. He should be the strongest member of the non-main characters here.
I think I agree with you on that, because like that's what he's kind of set up for. But like I said, he could just be kind of making a comeback. Like he only just got his power back, so maybe he's not completely used to it again. Because remember, he broke the floor just bowing his head.
Yeah. So and I will say this, but I want to see Bartolomeo's fight. That I want to see how anyone can because now his weakness was that he couldn't have too many barriers, right? But now that he's already now that Luffy's out of the way, he's got all his barriers back. So I want to see how they can beat him, because he's obviously the super defensive guy. Like defensively, no one can beat him because he can just put up his barrier and no one can do anything.
Yeah, I mean, there might be some way to break the barrier, but it's not going to be like a brute force option.
Go underground? I don't know. Oh, he can trap people. He can trap people in the barriers too. So yeah. I mean, I want to see this guy, and I want to see him working with Robin too. Yeah. Yeah, I said, is Robin fighting him right now? I don't think she is. I think she's with him right now. So okay, that's right. Because I think they're together, but I don't. And they're so. I forget, who are they up against last, or are they with right now? The guy with the glasses, with the mask. Oh, that guy. I know which one you mean. Gladius, I think is his name. Yeah, Gladius. There you go. I just remember him because he's the one who saw Corazon being all weird. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So is that all? Is that all for One Piece? Yeah, like, that's the rest. That's the end of the chapter on there. And nothing special in the remarks here. Most of it's just opinion stuff. Like nothing's particularly big or like funny here that I can see at least just skimming through. Okay. So yeah, it's like it's pretty. Like I said, this is, like you said, it's a good chapter. It's not like a perfect chapter, not like a super perfect chapter, great chapter, but like I said, it's moving things along. It was definitely plenty going on here. So yeah, when I said like I said, like we have like what 4 fights going on in one chapter, and each one of them progresses at least a little bit. And this one already ended, so there we go. Which one of them ended completely? Because so we got Luffy and Bellamy, Burrow and Pika, Idio and Dellinger, Sai and Baby 5, and then Hardrudean and Mach-Vice. So that's 5 battles in one chapter. Each of them are either like, if not progressing, at least we're seeing how they are at the moment. And then Hardrudean's fight finished. Yeah, I say both. Each fight has roughly 2 chapters. Yeah. In terms of how long they last. Yeah, and like I said, 1 or 2 chapters, depending on the importance of the characters and the importance of the fight. Like I said, they aren't. What is not going usually pretty good about pacing here, so I don't think we're gonna see like an ending dragged out too much. No, I don't think so. So maybe the Straw Hats, like maybe Zoro and Pika at most. Yeah. What's because there's gonna be like Diamante and Kyros might be dragged out. Yeah, because that one's kind of an important fight for the arc, for the story, for the characters there. Yeah. But that one I could see like maybe taking a little longer. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, maybe like you said, about 2 chapters, maybe 3 tops. Yeah. And then we'll be cutting back to the others and seeing how they're going as we go along with it too. Like he's not going to stay with just one thing only. Yeah. Right. So that's about it. Yeah, but I think we're good here. So that's been our review of One Piece Chapter 7. There's 770. Yep. Here, we promised it with being Puppy Cat, but got a little bit delayed on here. But we'll be doing Attack on Titan a little bit later this week. Yeah. Hopefully, maybe we can get it all in. Depending on how it times out, we might be able to get these all out released on one day here. But if not, we'll get Attack on Titan right after. Meantime, though, I hope you all have a good night and thanks for listening. Bye!